So before we get started here, first off, we're going to be watching a specific kind of theme each time. The way these film sessions are going to work are we have neutralized it down to like a small group of teams. We have specific topics that we think are important for the teams in these groups. And some of us have split up these sessions, whether it's Austin, me, or Morgan. And I picked this group as my first choice. So, but it's good. Okay, so there might be days like next week. Maybe we'll watch someone from this team or from this group, a team from this group. Today, we're gonna watch a little bit of video. We're gonna watch some of two different videos, and I'll kind of break it down what it's gonna look like. So those of you that are invited to this one, it's 11, 12, 13 UA, 12 national, I believe. Is that the only 4 teams? I think so. So what we're going to look at today is we're going to watch a little bit of just a concept within one of the older girls, and then we're going to watch some video of last year's 13 Open National Championship match at the AAUs, the top number 1 and number 2 13s teams in the nation last year. And we're going to watch what those teams look like. So you guys get a good gauge, especially the 13s, you guys get a good gauge of what that looks like now. 12s, 11s, you guys get a good gauge of what that might look like in the next couple of years for you. Okay, so first thing we're going to do here, I'm going to share this video with you guys. And I want you to watch a specific topic here that I'm going to show you. So you guys all see the video? Okay, so what we're going to look at here with Haley, we're going to watch some of Haley Watts here on the outside, just a small little couple clips, not very much. And what we're going to watch with her, she's an undersized outside hitter. She's not very big. So some of you guys might actually be close to as tall as her. Cameron, you might even be taller than her right now. So you get to see she's playing at a high level, but not at she's not super tall. But what she does well, and what all these good hitters will do well at every age, you'll see this with her, and then you'll see this in the next video with the top 13-year-old players, is everything at the end as a hitter is fast, okay? And what the setters do a good job of at these levels is they make sure they allow, so setters, you guys get to watch this as well. You want to set the ball to locations that allow the hitter to approach quickly. So setters, if you watch a setting video with Coach Morgan or Coach Brittany, you're going to hear them talk a lot about the technique, and you're going to hear a lot of talking about them from the perspective of 2 very good setting coaches. When I'm going to talk about the setters in my videos, is I'm talking about how they kind of affect everyone else. So setters, what you guys can learn from this and what you guys can do is how do you keep your hitter fast? The whole thing we're really trying to look at is getting these hitters fast. So any setters in here? Jaden, you're in here, right?
Hi.
Jaden, I just unmuted you, I think. Are you unmuted? There we go. So Jaden, where would you want to set the ball in order to make sure the hitter had the chance to be fast? Where, like location, inside, outside, off? Where would you want that ball?
Inside.
Inside, yeah. So we want to keep the ball 3 to 5 feet inside so that the hitter has to accelerate to the ball. If you set the ball wide or you set the ball off the net, the hitter always has to slow down. So hitters, you guys can understand that as well. So setters, we're going to look at this concept as well. So we're going to watch some video here. And we're just going to look at, she went in early, okay, on that ball. So she's not fast at the end. Now the ball gets inside and is tempoed properly. She gets to be faster at the end. So we'll watch the first 2 reps again. So here's a ball where she's in early, and watch the set height here. See how high that set goes? So what this hitter is expecting is a faster ball, and this set height is too high. So now the hitter has to slow down right there. Okay, she still gets a kill because she's got a really good arm. Now here, watch the set height here. The set height on this ball is a lot lower and faster. Okay, this ball's faster, so now the hitter doesn't have to slow down. The hitter can accelerate into this ball, okay, and be able to jump higher. That's the main concept we want to really look at here, because I think any hitters in here right now, I see Riley and Haley, and I see some Cameron in there, CC Brooke, you guys hit. How many times are you guys as hitters at these ages told you're early?
Half the time.
Yeah, so a ton. I mean, you could probably watch. You guys could probably watch a ton of reps of yourselves at this age and realize, oh my gosh, we are always early. Or your coach is always telling you, nope, you're going in early. Nope, you're going in early. Nope, you're going in early, and that's okay. It's very common. Setters, why do you think hitters are always early at this age? Any setters want to comment on that? And setters, by the way, when I'm gonna answer this for you, I want to preface it with, and I think all of you guys are absolutely terrific, and you're like my favorite setters in this Zoom. But the reason the hitters at your age are always early is because they never know where the ball's going to be. Remember, I think you guys are absolutely terrific, but that's every 13s and 12s and 11-year-old setters. You guys, look at Bia or Katrina here setting at 17s. They locate the ball in different spots every time. They don't set the same tempo. They set the ball wide. They set the ball high. So that's perfectly okay. It's normal. It's going to happen. That's why we have to work together as setters and hitters to get good timing, okay, and start to create that rhythm. She's in early there again. What you'll see there on that rep, Haley goes in early, is she's such a good athlete that she's able to adjust with her jump and her arm and still get kills. But that might not be the same for everyone. Okay. So sorry, I had to yell at the dog. So next thing here we're gonna watch. Okay, so I'm gonna stop this share, and now we're going to pull up. Okay, this next clip here. Okay, so all right. So share. Here we go. You guys see the video? Cece, I got your face.
Yeah.
So very good.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just going to watch here for a second. We're just going to watch some of this. This is the 13 Open National Championship match last year between Capitanas from Puerto Rico and OVA from Orlando. These are the number 1 and number 2 13s teams in the country last year. And you can see here some of these same concepts that we're talking about. Okay, it might be a little jumpy. I'm sorry if it is. Okay, but what we want to watch here is just how explosive they're going to be in the last 2 steps. Okay, we're going to pause here. Okay, all right. And what I want you guys to watch here is just the pace, the approaches. Okay, the energy. Okay, yeah, there's some big girls. There's girls with some big arms, some good athletes. But like I said, they're just like you guys. So I'm actually going to make it a little smaller so the film goes a little bit faster. Okay, so we'll watch here. Here we go. Boom. Okay, so what you'll see here, guys, at your age, the tempo of the set is always going to be a lot slower. So you can see how high those balls are. So it's super important that we wait. Setters are sitting here telling you guys that we want to miss inside. So hitters, when you don't get your feet to an inside ball, it's really a tough situation for these setters because they're being told to miss in. But if you don't work hard to get your feet to the ball, then you're not allowing the setter to kind of do what they're working on. And as hitters, we want to be able to go after the ball. We want the ball closer to the net than off the net. We want the ball higher than lower at this age. We don't want to run a fast offense necessarily at these ages because we're out of system so much. So, here you get a lot of high balls. Let's watch and let's see. Okay, what they do is they tempo the ball well, and there you're going to see a last 2 steps, and she hits that ball out of bounds, okay? But a very athletic outside hitter. So, again, at 13s, some of you guys 11, 12, you're thinking, wow, those girls are 13? Yeah, they are. And those of you that are in 13s before our season stopped for a little bit, you guys had to see the adjustments of 12s to 13s and the difference the ball, the difference the net makes, okay? So what you'll notice here, okay, that hitter goes in early and a hitting error. And that's a really, really, really terrific hitter. But what you're going to notice here is almost when I watch 12s, when I watch 13s, when I watch 11s, the main concept we're looking at is how often are they making hitting errors? And it's probably at a pretty high rate. I'd say almost 50% to 60% of the game at your level is scored on errors. There's a serve receive error. So right there, we have a hitting error and we have a passer shank the ball. Guys, these are the two best 13 and under teams in the country. So, it's just kind of a clarity thing that I want to provide for you guys and just say, hey, we know the value of not getting aced, right? Like that last play showed, but really the game is going to be played slow. If we can be patient and really grasp the fact of being able to accelerate to the ball, we're going to make less errors. And I think that's what the best teams do is they don't make zero errors. They just make less than everyone else. And I think that's what all of our teams have to do a good job of doing. And I think we do a great job of that between the teams that are in this session. You guys are low error teams. Okay. So let's watch another couple plays here of this session or this match OVA here from Orlando. Okay. Pretty easy serve. Okay. You see the tempo in the middle's much slower. Okay. You're not going to see a lot of quick sets. If you watch a lot of the 12s, a lot of the 13s, even 14s, if you watch the 14s final, the two best 14s teams in the country from last year, they both ran twos in the middle. Okay, both the number 1 and number 2 ranked 14s teams in the country last year ran twos in the middle. So at these ages, you guys, I think so often we want to push the tempo and we want to accelerate, the level of our play, but we want to become. It's better to be a good hitter than to hit something really cool, So I think when I watch you guys as 13s, our 13s teams and our 12s team, you guys do a good job of that. Your coaches are great in putting you guys in systems that allow you to be successful and play to your strengths. The other thing I want you to notice here with this outside, she's really, really good. She's one of the best 8th graders in the nation now this year. She's an 8th grader this year. She was 13s last year. So that right there is one of the best 8th grade outside hitters in the nation. She's being recruited by everyone already. She's phenomenal. Notice how often the great teams hit line. Okay, it's kind of the key to success at these levels is can you hit lines even as you get older? If you can hit line, you're going to really break a defense down. Okay, so that we always say the things that your coaches, Coach Morgan, Coach Cynthia, Coach TK, Coach Kurt, they're all saying these things. Hit line, okay, run the middle. Hit line, get attempts out of the middle. And what that's going to do, both of these teams are running the middle. So now they have to make a decision. Okay, here's the middle. They're still one-on-one blocking this match. Okay, so now this middle can just hit twos with a one-on-one block up and kind of has a field day with it. Okay. But what they're going to have to do is try to force the team to double block. And if they do that, and they can get these blockers to pinch inside more, now the line is always going to be open. So that's why hitting line at the pins and running the middle at a high rate is going to go hand in hand at every level, but really, it really does a lot of damage at your guys' level, okay? So you can see this athletic here. This middle is absolutely talented there. So good, okay? Very good. This OVA team is very physical. Okay, they have some really nice athletes. Oh, here comes a little smaller girl in the front row. Okay, so yep. Watch a couple more plays here, and then we're going to kind of get a little bit of dialogue. What you're going to see here, okay, also with this is, we talk about the hitters getting in there, but all these top teams are good serving teams. Okay, you're not going to see the top teams at these ages serve poorly. They all serve really, really, really well. Okay, so how many of you guys all see that last play? That girl hit that out-of-system down ball from off the net, out of bounds, wide. Okay, remember I said she's being recruited by everyone already as an 8th grader? She's one of the best outside hitters in the country. She still does stuff like that. Why? Because she's 13. That's okay, right? You guys probably make some plays like that sometimes, and it's perfectly fine. That's how you learn. That stuff's going to happen. Coaches probably aren't going to be too happy, but that they're also going to teach you what you should be doing in those situations. Okay, so these sessions are going to be a little different. If you notice, we have 17 people in this session. The other sessions that we've done in the past couple weeks were up near 40, 50, 60. So by making we built 170 classes this week in our new format, where before we only had 40. So what that means is you get more individualized attention. It's more like a team setting. Okay. So anyone here want to chime in on anything that you notice with what we were talking about in terms of hitting, in terms of rhythm, in terms of offense? Cameron, I'd like to hear, if you don't mind, I'd like to hear what you think. So out of the middle, what type of set do you like hitting the most?
I enjoy running a one the most.
Okay, you like the stuff that's a little closer to the setter?
Yes.
Good. Setters, Brooks in here. Brooke, you're a setter on that team. CC, I see you. I don't
Yeah.
think that's it. Yep. Barley's in here. Does SETI. There's some other setters. Okay, good. Jaden. In terms of your middle sets, what do you think is the hardest thing about setting the middle? What makes it hard?
I'd say timing, like just getting it off the net at the good time, just matching it to your own middle hitter.
Yeah, I think I always feel like, I don't know, Cece, if you agree with me on this, but I always feel like as when you're coaching these ages, when I'm coaching players at your age, every time we try to speed something up and go faster, the ball always goes tighter. Okay, that's something you guys probably work on in your training. Or middles, you might feel that a little bit. Anytime we try to force the ball to the middle more, a lot of times the ball goes tight. So it's hard. Setting the middle is very, very hard. It's not an easy thing to do. Everyone thinks because it's a shorter set and it's closer to the setter that it actually would be an easier ball to set. And I think it's harder. It's so much harder to set the ball in confined space. And it's so much harder to set the ball faster. That's why a lot of players don't set the ball fast till you get really good. Good. Any outsides here? Liberos. Yep, good. We're talking about out of system here. We always want to miss inside. I mean, I think as you get older, you miss more and more inside. I like to say with my 17s, we try to set the ball 5 feet inside in transition. And guys, that's with our setters too. 5 feet inside. That's not just setter out. That's our setters setting the ball with their hands. Okay, so that's really far inside. Last year on my 18s team, I don't know if some of you remember, I had Erin Anderson. Okay, Erin Anderson is at BYU now. We tried to set the ball for her out of system 7 feet inside because she was so athletic and so long. We wanted to maximize her length of approach. Okay, so just as we understand that and we're trying to get more athletic. Now, sometimes at your age, it's going to be a little harder. Why? Because your legs are short, right? Think about it. You see Maya there. Maya, imagine hitting outside and the ball's 7 feet inside. How the heck are you going to get there? So part of that is developing that rhythm within your team. Part of that is understanding who's hitting, okay? Setters, liberos, when you're setting these balls, understand every player has different gauges on the length of their legs and how explosive they are or maybe how high they jump. And we have to start to learn that about all of our teammates. And I think those of you that play with each other for longer periods of time, you learn that stuff. Okay. Maybe Asia, your first year here with us, maybe it took a little longer to create that connection just because no one had ever set you before, or maybe you getting used to different sets or different teammates setting or whatnot. So, but as you get comfortable with your teammates, you're going to find that it's a little easier to connect on a lot of those things. Outsides here, how many of you guys, you just raise your hand or give me a thumbs up if you're on video, hitters, how many of you guys, outsides or right sides, hitting line is your best swing? How many of you think hitting line is your best swing? Yeah. Okay. Not very many, right? My goal for you is, at as little as time as possible, try to make sure you get good at hitting line. It doesn't have to be your best swing. Getting inside the block, a hitter that can just get inside the block is going to be super, super effective. But any coach will tell you at any level, if you ask college coaches, high school coaches, being able to hit the ball line will allow you to hit the ball cross court and vice versa. They will open each other up. So really focus on that. Middles, how many of you guys, if you play middle, this is super important. I have to deal with this, my 17s middles every day. They drive me crazy. How many of you guys, your best swing is to zone 1? Or is your best swing to zone 5? 1? Good. Then you guys are going to be very, very effective. I like to say, if you can develop a crossbody or a cutback swing out of the middle, it's going to be great because you're going to pick on all those setters that leave early and don't ever want to play defense, right? It's great. So we want to be able to do that, be able to hit the ball to zone 1. It puts a lot of pressure on the defense. And even if those setters do play defense, your team is in a good situation because your opponent now is in setter out. So that's a concept here that we're kind of talking about today. Next time we meet, we're going to be watching some film of some of you guys, okay? I couldn't get enough film together of you guys quick enough because we don't code you guys, okay? We don't have that library of film. We're like, right now, I can pull up every single 17s match of the whole season or every single 16s or 18 UA match of the season because we keep those in library for the older girls. We got to work on getting some more film for you guys so you guys can watch some more of yourself, but that'll be good because it's only going to be you in this small session. So if you didn't know what this was going to be like when you came in today, now you have an understanding. It's just those select teams and you're stuck with me. We traded our picks and I took you guys. I traded Morgan. So I figured it'd be fun. We wanted to kind of work with some teams that we don't always get to work with, and some of you guys I haven't coached since you were like 8. So this will be a little bit fun and get to work with you guys and talk with you through some things. So if you have any suggestions of some topics that you guys at your age or this group would like to look at, shoot me an email, shoot us a message. We'll kind of go over that stuff and we'll be able to cover some of those topics going forward. Okay. If you want to watch that match that we pulled up, okay, I am going to pull it up for you again here so you can look at it. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of resources for you. And I know it's so fun to go on and watch pro matches, and it's so fun to go and watch college matches. But I also think it's good for you guys to go on here and watch your age. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is share this again, share this. Okay, and boom. So you have this video here in front of you. And if you look, I just put 2019 AAU Junior National Volleyball Championships 13 Open Final. They have AAU's website has all those finals from the last couple of years for 12s. You can watch 12s. You can watch 11s. They even have 13s, 14s. And I'd encourage you when you have some time, just watch a set. Just watch one set. It takes 15 minutes of different ages. So you get a gauge of what those ages look like. Watch 15 Open, watch 16 Open, and you can see the transformation as you get older and how the game is changing and what it looks like. All right, so good job today. Look forward to next time. Let me know if you need anything, and have a good evening. Bye.